There's top secret. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:30 a.m. on this Friday. It's August 8th. I'm Michael Gorgiulo. Darlene Rodriguez says the morning off. Adelle Caballero watching a crash just on the Bell Parkway. Yes. And so before me, LaRosa here with today's forecast. But look, I mean, it's that beautiful.
Yeah. Yes. A nice warm
appropriate for the Jonas Brothers.
There you go.
You're at 30 Rock.
Perfect for fans, for performers, for everybody. We have that nice glow. But more importantly, better visibility compared to the last few days. So we've lost a lot of that smoky haze as we take a look at Yankee Stadium. First pitch later on this evening, also looking fantastic weather-wise. Passaic right now, 62 degrees, a cool 58 in Patterson. Spring Valley, you're at 57. Tarrytown now at 60 degrees with Danbury at 54. A nice, cool, comfortable 54 degrees right now in Montgomery. So all in all, we're going to keep this going. The fair skies and lots of sunshine. Temperature-wise, a little bit below average, 78 degrees by noontime, on our way up near 80 degrees through 2 o'clock, 81 the high. We've got evening plans, really, really nice. Once the sun goes down, a little bit on the cool side, so maybe grab that jacket. We'll be back down into the low 60s in the city by tomorrow morning. All right, 6:31, or almost 6:31 right now. How's this morning looking so far, Adele?
It's definitely been a busy commute out there. If you are heading onto the roads here in Brooklyn, Belt Parkway eastbound, a bit of a squeeze as you make your way into exit 9 for Knapp Street. We've got a crash taking out a lane, so give yourself some extra time through there. Making your way onto the RFK Bridge westbound side, that's the Manhattan leg here on the Manhattan side. We have an accident there, also taking out a lane, and it has been causing some pretty heavy backups across the span itself. Major Deegan Expressway still watching this crash here as well, northbound over by exit 9. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much. We want to get to that breaking news, that raging those waters came up.
Yeah, and we've pretty much shut the rain off since then, right? Not much going on now. That's the case as we have temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. One thing we don't have to contend with at all, really, through the next several days, rainfall. That may change by the middle of the week, so I'm going to update the timing on that and, of course, talk about the heat and humidity in the 10-day.
All right, Maria, thank you so much. Still ahead, rookie Jack.
LIE westbound side, we've got a crash that's just popped up over by 74th Street. You've got one lane closed off. Let's take a live look outside right now onto those delays. You can see a solid ride here making your way through the area. Coming up in just a few minutes, though, we're going to help you get around it. Michael?
Adele, thank you very much, Adele. That is Adele. And you can watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. because live local news continues wherever you stream News 4. As we said, great weather for the Dominican Day Parade coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, it's really looking wonderful now, and we know that the start of the weekend, too, and even on into Sunday. While it's going to be a little warmer temperature-wise, we're still going to experience the reasonable humidity. So, again, that just goes a long way for making a beautiful parade forecast. For Sunday, the step-off at 11 a.m., 82 degrees. By the time we get to the early afternoon, 3 o'clock temperature, 88 degrees. But, again, not too humid, so we love that. Definitely the case now. It's spectacular out there as we look at Crotona Park, 64 degrees now at Central Park. 57 is that dew point temperature. That's everything right there. So we're starting to continue to lose, I should say, that little bit of that smoky haze in the sky. So it's going to be the brighter blue later on today. 75 by 11 a.m., 80 degrees by 2 o'clock. Really nice for a summer evening. By 7 p.m., 74 degrees. Once the sun goes down, we'll start to dip into the 60s again by tomorrow morning. But dry skies continuing. What we do have changing, though, this big area of high pressure, we've seen this before, this dome of heat where it just continues to build the heat and humidity and block the rainfall. That's one thing that we are looking ahead to maybe midweek to catch some of these showers and thunderstorms. But really the bigger story will be the heat and humidity. As you can see, when you're tallying just how many 90-degree days we've had, we're not too far off from average. And it felt like July was on fire. We ended up with pretty much close to average as far as 90-degree days. We're going to add a few into next week as we see a stretch, potentially a heat wave. But you know what's cool? The Sweet Baby. This is Clear the Shelters campaign. I'm going to step aside here. This is Drax, 1 to 2-year-old lab border collie mix. And we are told that Drax is super affectionate, so much so that he'd rather have hugs than biscuits. So raise your camera up, scan that QR code if you think Drax is a perfect fit for your family. There's so many pets who need a loving home, so hopefully we can work that out. All right, 81 degrees today, plenty of sunshine, a beauty. 64 degrees overnight tonight, so we've got early plans. maybe a light jacket. And we've got tomorrow afternoon 83. So a spectacular August summer weekend ahead. By the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, noticeably muggier, and that will factor into how it feels most of next week. Mid and upper 90s at least feels like temperatures, and we'll keep an eye on that rain chance, maybe 1 or 2 days next week. All right, 6:47 now. Adele, what's going on?
We've got a lot going on. Very busy commute out there. Busy end to the work week. Belt Parkway eastbound by exit 9 Knapp Street. Still watching this crash that takes out a lane. Solid ride through the area there. A little further north, RFK Bridge westbound Manhattan leg of the RFK Bridge right on the Manhattan side. You also have an accident there that blocks the lane. So we've been seeing some taps on the brakes as you make your way across the span there. Major Deegan Expressway still keeping a close eye on this accident northbound by exit 9. Bumper to bumper with delays going back to the Cross Bronx Expressway. Expect to see rubbernecking delays on the westbound side as well. And then the LIE, you've got a crash westbound here over by 74th Street with delays heading all the way back past the Van Wyck Expressway. Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thanks very much. Seriously looking beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for streaming with us. I'm Michael Gargiulo. Darlene Rodriguez says the morning off. Adelle Caballero tracking roads and rails on this Friday. Jumping before us, LaRosa here. It looks pretty perfect out there. Bro.
Yeah.
Pretty perfect. Pretty a key word there. And yeah, run to get your spot on the beach, at the park today. It's going to be lovely. We're off to a great start. Even better visibility than the last few days. So that low level smoke and haze getting a little bit of relief. We're seeing that slowly exit the area. So the cloud and radar picture, no surprise, is nice and clear, but also across the region. So it's going to be one of those weekends from DC to Boston. Anything you've got going on in between there is in good shape. So we're off to a good start temperature-wise, coming out of the 50s and 60s by noontime, 78 degrees. We'll hit the low 80s today, right about 81 at Central Park. As I mentioned, all of that sunshine, and we'll actually get to see the blue part of the sky today. As after the sun goes down, temperatures start to dip into the 60s. We'll end up right about 64 degrees for the low tomorrow morning. So nice cool start tomorrow. All right, let's get an update on what has been a pretty busy morning for you, Adele.
Yes, it's been a very busy morning, and I just want to start things off here with a reminder. Of course, we do have the Jonas Brothers playing at the Plaza today for the Today Show. So come out if you are watching right now and have that time. If you happen to be heading out to the concert, keep in mind you will have rail service here on the temporarily named Jonas Brothers Hometown Express, running from Secaucus Junction out to Meadowlands Station for their concert. Heading out the door right now, though, Route 1 both ways still shut down by Scudder's Mill Road because of a crash. Stick to 27 instead. Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thank you very much. We want to get back up to chat. We are looking at a brand new week with different weather patterns. Totally, Maria.
Totally, yeah. We don't have any rainfall right now, that's for sure, obviously, on the cloud and radar picture, but it's going to be tough to find the next several days, which is not bad when you're talking about a summer weekend, right? Today, spectacular, lovely tomorrow, and a little warmer by Sunday, but the heat and humidity coming back in a big way. I will take a look at maybe 1 or 2 opportunities for some showers and storms next week in the 10-day.
Maria, thank you so much. Coming up in New Jersey.
We love all of it. If you are heading out to the roads right now, though, not going to love the Major Deegan Expressway. Northbound side, we've got a crash over by exit 9, taking out 2 lanes. Solid ride both ways through the area. Coming up, we're going to let you know what the rest of your commute is going to look like throughout the day. Let's take a live look outside right now, though, onto the Gowanus Expressway through Industry City. Eastbound cars are heading away from you. You're watching Today in New York.
Okay.
Looks fun.
I think it is fun.
Yeah.
Right. Adele, what's happening? Oh, wait, Adele, hold that thought.
Yeah.
We don't want to brush past this beautiful
No, we don't.
forecast.
And I like that tea.
Yes. All right, guys, let's just show you gorgeous to this weekend. The worst kept secret in the weather department, right? But we are heating up again next week, and no big rain chances, like really not big at all. And we certainly have the dry forecast for today. We've also lost a lot of that smoky haze. So really lovely today. We got 75 degrees at 11 a.m. at 79 through 1 o'clock on our way up to 81. Great evening to head out and about. Maybe grab the light jacket too, because by 10 o'clock we start to see those temperatures dip into the upper 60s. One little caveat to the picture perfect weather. If you're heading to the beaches today, we still have the conditions that favor these strong, dangerous rip currents for the Jersey Shore. Also south facing beaches from Long Island and the city that does continue into tomorrow. So helping that along, that persistent east wind and that area of low pressure off the coast. That continues to kind of sit out there. Meanwhile, high pressure builds in, and this is a big dome of high pressure building the heat. We've got a stretch of 90 plus for pretty much all of next week. And of course, we look back on July and it just felt like it was blazing. Now, as far as just the tally of 90-degree days, right on the nose for average, we're running just a hair above average for 90-degree days this summer. We will add several into next week. Not today, though. Beautiful. 81 for the high, wall-to-wall sunshine. That sunset at 8:02. We'll get down to 64 degrees tonight. So if you've got some early plans, again, maybe a light jacket, but refreshing because that humidity is still really comfortable. Warmer on Sunday for the parade. 87 degrees, but not too humid. We see that tick up Monday, definitely Tuesday, where that heat and humidity combination feels like temperatures mid and upper 90s. That's the case for most of the week. And looking at our slight chance for showers midweek. All right, Adele, what's going on out there?
We've got a few things going on if you happen to be heading out the door sometime soon, and actually through the midday here. Keep in mind Throgs Neck Bridge. We are seeing some construction on the Queens-bound side. It does close down a lane, always causes slowdowns through the area. You can save yourself the headache, make your way over to the Whitestone Bridge instead, but always best bet is to give yourself some extra time. Looking ahead through the weekend and the overnights, as a reminder, George Washington Bridge here, inbound upper level, we do have that overnight construction closing down 3 lanes. It will be running starting tonight, 11 p.m. until 8 a.m. and it runs on a Friday and Saturday. Heading out to your rails, keep in mind Jonas Brothers are playing on Sunday, and you have the Jonas Brothers Hometown Express providing transportation. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you so much, and thank you for streaming with us. We'll see you on News 4 New York at 11. Have a great morning.
Peeking up over the horizon. We have some patchy clouds to the north, but it's cool. From Sussex at 55, Poughkeepsie as well, White Plains at 58, 64 degrees at Central Park right now, and well on our way to a lovely day. And just kind of back it up what you're seeing outside. Yes, that smoky haze getting a nice little break in our area for today and for most of the weekend. So just enough to add a little extra color to the sky, that beautiful sun up over the horizon, and plenty of it to go. By 1 o'clock, 79 degrees, 81 our high today. Lovely for a summer evening too. By 7 p.m., 74 degrees, and we stick with the clear skies and comfortably cool as we dip into the 60s overnight. All right, coming up on 6:01, a lot to get to out there this morning. Adele, what's the latest?
Latest is we've got a crash that's just popped up here at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. This is on the westbound side. It does look like it involves 2 trucks here. It is off onto the right-hand side, and it doesn't seem to be causing too much of a heavy backup, but you are definitely going to want to give yourself a little extra time and be a little extra careful through the area there. New England Thruway, heavy backups here, though, on the southbound side, exit 18A to exit 15 because of construction, closing down a couple lanes. Stick to Route 1. Michael, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Adele. We want to get to this break. We're there, right place, right time. All right. 6:13 right now. We do want to talk about beach safety with Maria as we look at the weather.
Yeah, we love our lifeguards and our first responders. And on days like today, maybe, hopefully not, maybe busy, we do have some rough surf out there and has been for the last few days. So another heads up for today. The weather's going to be spectacular. You're going to want to get out on the beaches because these summer weekends are starting to wind down, aren't they? But high risk of dangerous rip currents, especially for the Jersey Shore. What that means, just the conditions are enhancing that risk of these strong currents, but also for South Shore, Long Island, and some of the city beaches, that moderate risk. And that's not just today, but into tomorrow. We've had sort of this persistent east flow. We have a storm system off the coast, all leading to that potential. Otherwise, as I mentioned, weather-wise, it's spectacular. We've got a great day today. Stays dry through the weekend. This is starting to look familiar, though. This dome of heat, this high pressure, is going to block the rainfall for a couple days, but really help build the heat and humidity. And this is looking like a prolonged, set of really hot days here. So yes, maybe technically a heat wave. It's going to be pretty close. By Monday, we think 90 degrees and then 90 plus through really the end of the week. And on top of that, while we're enjoying nice, comfortable humidity through the start of the weekend, we really start to see that tick up, especially Tuesday and into Wednesday. And that may be our one chance to see some showers or thunderstorms as well. The timing on that may shift a little bit, but sometime next week we could see that. Otherwise, this kind of setting the tone here for the mid to late part of the month. You look at the overall weather patterns, and it's leading to likely seeing above average temperatures. We have that in the forecast, but also likely not much in the way of rainfall, at least getting pretty close to average as far as precipitation. It is a beautiful morning. We don't mind that it's rain-free right now. The view from one of our Earth cams there, looking over Central Park. New York City right now at Central Park, 64 degrees. We're headed up to 81 today. That sunset at 8:02. Light southeast winds. Really pleasant to start the day tomorrow, down to 64 degrees, so a little bit cool. And not cool, yeah, the heat building all next week. Low temperatures as well, not too refreshing. We'll see those bounce back up into the mid-70s. All right, 6:16 right now. Adele, how's it looking out there?
Definitely a bit of a slow go in areas. Let's start things off here on the RFK Bridge westbound on the Manhattan leg. Right on the Manhattan side there, we do have a crash taking out a lane. We have been seeing some slowdowns through the area there, so give yourself some extra time. We've also got a crash on the major Deegan Expressway northbound by exit 9 for Fordham Road. You've got one lane closed off there. Taps on the brakes both ways through the area. And here's a live look outside right now onto the Alexander Hamilton Bridge westbound side. We've got a crash. Still seeing one truck left over there in the right lane. Minor delays through there. And also keep in mind we are watching construction on the New England Thruway southbound. 2 lanes closed off, exit 18A down to exit 16. Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thank you very much.